Alright, so this is a quick video on how to install kill switch in a bus. It's just going to be a couple minutes because I'm not going to show you all the details. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, this red wire here, first of all, I tried switching the negative side of the battery. Do not do that. It doesn't work. I mean, it works, but the control circuitry and stuff has issues with turning off the ground for some reason. I might even try to figure it out. Throughout the whole winter, I would just go out there and disconnect the battery because something is drawing current, and it turns. I'll show you when I go out what is drawing the current, and not too sure why that is, but that's why I was installing this kill switch. So basically, this is the red wire that was going to the battery before. This is a new cable I had made up, 8 gauge. No, I'm sorry, not 8 gauge. It's 3 gauge, I believe. Let me see. No, 2 gauge. 2 gauge. 2 gauge is what you can see it right there. 2 gauge. Okay. So I had this made up, and this is then returning back to the positive side. Also, there's a set of wires under the positive and negative terminals of the battery that go to this control circuitry that I was talking about. I don't know if it has to do with emissions or control or whatever it is, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But it's required because so this wire here, this is an 8 gauge wire, and this is a new wire I bought, and that's going that red wire is going back to the battery where that wire was under the positive post, which I'll show you. And so that's basically it's a 3-pole switch, or you can switch on actually 2 different batteries. And I have it going to 2 because I wanted it to come out this side and have this straight up and down. And basically, if I turn it here to 2 position, it'll make the positive connection with the starter motor. This is starter cable. It's going to the starter, and this is that other cable that went back to the battery. And again, this is my new cable. So we're going to turn on. Actually, I had on an auxiliary here. We're going to turn on the bus. Not started, but when I switch, you can hear everything light up over there. Okay, so that totally disconnects everything. And so you don't have to worry about your bus running dead because there's a drain or something. All right, so this was that wire I was talking about. First I did it on the negative side, so I had to make this long wire to go all the way back to the switch, but it didn't work, so I haven't shortened it yet. I don't have another connector, so I just crimped it back on. Actually, this would have went right to here, so I will shorten that later. But since we're doing the positive side, this whole mess here goes into this one wire that had a little connector that went under this battery post here. So now I connected the 2 together, it's about a 7-foot piece of wire in order to get to my switch. This is 8 gauge. And of course, in crimping it, got to make sure you have a crimping tool. And basically, this is supplying positive power to all of this stuff, whatever this is, and it's the same. This is supplying the negative power to all this stuff, and it all breaks out into a whole bunch of yellow wires in here that are both positive and negative stuff that fire up something. However, they are necessary, and that's why I have taken this to the off side of the switch so that this is no longer connected. This is my power drain. This is the thing that was sucking power out of this battery and would cause it to die. I don't know what the problem is yet with that, but you still if your bus doesn't have this, great. I'm not sure. Maybe this is all the lights or something, but I'm going to figure it out. But bottom line is, this is my new 2-gauge cable that was made up. The original one that was here is now on the switch. This is on the switch, and it's an on-off switch, and it's that simple. So again, make sure you switch the positive side